Ebony Reynolds had the life most people only see in Instagram reels. A charming brownstone in Brooklyn Heights with ivy on the walls and a view of the East River. A husband, Dante, who was climbing the ladder fast at Holloway Construction, one of the biggest real estate developers in Manhattan. Designer bags, rooftop parties, summers in the Hamptons. She traded her entire career for it. 10 years ago, Ebony was killing it as a forensic accountant at Deloitte. She could smell fraud like blood in the water. Fake invoices, hidden transfers, cooked numbers, 6 figures, bonuses, respect from partners. Then Dante came along with his smile and promises. Baby, why stress? I'm about to make partner. Let me build us a real life. She believed him. She quit, became the perfect wife. Dinner parties for his bosses, charity boards, a home that smelled like fresh orchids and success. The first sign was small, a late-night text he quickly deleted, perfume that wasn't hers. Then the charges started showing up. $1,200 dinner at Le Bernardin, a weekend at the Greenwich Hotel, La Perla lingerie she never touched, prenatal vitamins from an Upper East Side clinic. She waited until he came home late one November night. Snow was falling hard outside their living room windows. Dante? Who's Tasha Fennell? He laughed, short and mean. New project manager on Keystone Tower. Why you digging? The hotel, the ultrasound, the baby clothes on the card. His jaw tightened. You're going through my statements now. I'm asking why my husband is paying for another woman's pregnancy. He stepped right up to her face. You walked away from your job. This house, my name, my money. I don't owe you shit. The argument turned ugly fast, screaming, accusations, then the words that broke everything. Get out, he snarled. Go back to Philly with your broke-ass family. I'm done. He grabbed her arm, dragged her through the foyer. She was still in her ivory silk nightgown, the thin, elegant one she loved. No shoes, no coat, no phone. He shoved her onto the front stoop. The door slammed. The deadbolt clicked. Snow whipped around her. The wind cut straight through the silk. Her bare feet burned on the icy stone steps. Brooklyn Heights stayed quiet. Rich people don't get involved. Headlights appeared. A black Maybach rolled up slow. The back window slid down. An older woman, silver hair perfect, cashmere coat, eyes sharp as diamonds. Oilia Holloway, widow of the founder, mother of Julian, the current CEO and Dante's boss. Get in before you turn into a headline, darling. Ebony didn't move at first. Oilia raised one eyebrow. Unless you enjoy frostbite for the aesthetic. Ebony climbed inside. Warmth hit her like a hug. A thick blanket landed on her lap. The car pulled away silently. They drove to the Holloway penthouse on Fifth Avenue. Views of Central Park in white, art worth millions. Oilia poured cognac. Drink, then talk. Why are you helping me? Ebony asked, voice small. Because I've been watching your husband steal from my company for almost 2 years. 4.3 million, shell companies, kickbacks, fake subs on Keystone. He's sleeping with the project manager, your Tasha, and planning to tank the bid, blame my son, then start his own firm with her. Ebony stared into the glass. He threw me out, in my nightgown, in a blizzard. Oilia's smile was cold and satisfied. Then let's make sure he loses everything he thinks he owns. The next morning, Ebony sat at a long glass desk. Laptops, forensic tools, bank feeds. She hadn't done this work in a decade, but the skill came back like riding a bike. In 3 weeks, she had the whole map. Shell LLCs and Delaware transfers to Tasha's accounts, inflated subcontractor bids, the blackmail video Dante kept on a drive in their safe, Julian taking an envelope from a competitor. Oilia leaked a fake board rumor. Massive bonus if Keystone closed quietly. Dante took the bait. He sped up the sabotage. Ebony mirrored servers, made backups, hired PIs. She saw the photos. Dante kissing Tasha's belly, buying nursery furniture, signing for a $3.8 million Tribeca condo under a new name. The hurt burned, then turned ice cold. The Holloway Annual Gala. Cipriani, 42nd Street. Black tie, champagne towers. Every power player in New York real estate. Dante walked in like a king. Tom Ford tux, Tasha in red Dior on his arm, grinning for cameras. Big things coming, he told reporters. Horizon developments. Watch this space. Julian was sweating, trying to act normal. Dante leaned in. Keep quiet and your little secret stays buried. Oilia took the mic first, elegant speech about legacy and integrity. Then, we have a very special guest tonight. Spotlight. Ebony stepped onto the stage. Floor-length black velvet gown, diamonds glittering at her throat, hair up, makeup flawless. She looked untouchable. The room went dead quiet. Dante's champagne glass froze halfway to his mouth. "Good evening," Ebony said, voice steady and clear. "My name is Ebony Reynolds. I used to catch white-collar criminals for a living. Then I became a wife. Tonight, I'm back in business." The giant screen behind her came alive. Slide 1, wire transfers to Tasha. Slide 2, fake invoices and shell companies. Slide 3, Keystone sabotage timeline. Slide 4, the blackmail video. Dante's voice crystal clear. Gasps, phones out, recording. Ebony kept going. 10 years I trusted the man who said he'd build a life with me. Instead, he built a house of cards, theft, lies, and a secret family. 3 weeks ago, he dragged me out of our home in nothing but my nightgown and left me in the snow. She locked eyes with Dante. "You told me to disappear. Tonight, Dante, you're the one who's finished." Final slide, live FBI feed. Agents swarming the Tribeca condo. Dante's face on every news alert in the city. The room erupted. Dante charged the stage. Oilia's security stepped in, blocking him hard. He screamed, "This is bullshit. I'll sue everyone." Oilia joined Ebony at the mic. "Evidence is already with the U.S. attorney. Fraud, embezzlement, extortion, wire fraud. 25 years minimum." Tasha fainted into a waiter's arms. Julian stepped forward, pale. "I've resigned as CEO. Effective now. Ebony Reynolds is interim COO. She will rebuild this company the right way." Applause started slow, then became thunder. Dante was dragged out in cuffs, tuxedo ripped, face twisted in rage and humiliation. 3 months later, Dante took the plea deal, 22 years in federal prison. Tasha lost the baby from stress, moved to Florida, deleted everything. Ebony sold the Brooklyn brownstone, bought a bright, airy Soho loft with Hudson River views, got recertified as a CPA, started Reynolds Integrity Partners, forensic consulting for big real estate deals. Clients waited in line. Oilia retired fully but kept a board seat, watched with quiet pride. Julian, therapy, new girlfriend, learning how to be a decent human. One spring evening, Ebony stood on her balcony, city lights sparkling below, glass of wine in hand. She remembered the snow, the silk against freezing skin, the slam of that door. She smiled, slow, satisfied. The best revenge isn't just taking back what they stole, it's building something unstoppable while they watch from a cell. She raised her glass to the skyline. To new empires, the city answered with a million twinkling lights.